I should really read to you the opening sentences there. They reported on my speech, and it's not even subtle that the reporter didn't like me. Is that fair to say? Oh my God! I spoke for about, I would say, almost 90 minutes, and then I took questions, and I would say, virtually nothing of what I actually said was reported. But I want to read to you the opening of the report. College Republicans host conservative commentator Dennis Prager for Israel and morality talk. That's the headline. That's the title of the piece. So who wrote it? Cameron Spur. I didn't even look to see that. Conservative author and radio host Dennis Prager, a School of International and Public Affairs dropout. I have to say, I've been called everything. I mean everything. Dropout, that's the first. It's so interesting. In the normal way of putting it, somebody who attends graduate school, for example, and does not stay for a degree, you normally say Dennis Prager, who attended the School of International Affairs. I mean, isn't that what you would normally think? Mm-hmm. Whether I got the degree or not, or even say, but left before getting his degree, or at anything. It doesn't. I'm not personally offended. I just want you to understand how in the first sentence the Columbia University newspaper wanted to belittle me. So it's an interesting thing. Did you ever even hear of a graduate school dropout? Yeah. It's a term used for high school and college, and not even college so much. I'm a graduate school dropout. It's really precious. By the way, just for the record, you should all know what I dropped out to, what it meant to drop out. I actually gave my master's thesis orally, and I did not type it up. That is correct. It would have taken a very long time. Ironically, or interestingly, perhaps not ironically, because I simply didn't know how to touch type, and in those days, unlike now, when you make an error, you just redo the word in a nanosecond. In those days, if you made an error while typing, you had to use some white out fluid over the letter, go back, and then retype the letter. And so if you didn't know how to type, touch type as they called it, you really were in trouble. And the interesting thing is I was never taught it. Here's an example of where sexism, and it was sexism, I will acknowledge, really benefited women. When I was in high school, I think it was high school, the girls were taught to type and the boys were not taught to type. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you have that too?
No.
No, but I did it. It's probably common a long time ago. Those lucky girls who learned how to type. I didn't learn anything in the other class. I don't even know what it was. I think it was something to do with health. Maybe that's why I've been healthy. Maybe I shouldn't be ungrateful. Anyway, dropout. Spoke to students in the Lerner Roone Arledge Cinema on Tuesday in an event titled Israel and Morality, hosted by the Columbia University College Republicans. Prager, a staunchly pro-Israel voice. That's so fascinating. A staunchly pro-Israel voice. That's correct. I am a staunchly pro-Israel voice. I assume that the author believes that there are just two sides. There's the staunchly pro-Palestinian and the staunchly pro-Israel. I happen to be in the latter category.